right, thanks, Connor. Now 6:45. Another big story we're tracking is this video you see on your screen here. That is the arrest of a 58-year-old man facing charges accused of trying to assassinate former President Donald Trump as he was on his Florida golf course Sunday. And we know more charges could be on the way as the FBI is investigating the case. Now, the second time this year there has been an attempt made on the life of the former president. And once again, it's raising big questions about security. Our Joe St. George is live with us this morning in Washington looking into this case. Joe, what are lawmakers and even the president saying about security, the Secret Service in the wake of all this?
Well, there is some unanimity from President Biden, former President Trump, and in calling for more personnel. Former President Trump last night on social media indicated that he thought his detail should have more agents on it. President Biden yesterday, in speaking with reporters, suggested that there should be more personnel, more resources allocated to the United States Secret Service. This is now beginning a bit of a funding fight with the Secret Service and whether or not the agency needs more money. It was given around $3 billion last fiscal year. Punchbowl News, which covers the Capitol, reports that in the last 24 hours or so, Secret Service staffers, agency officials have been meeting with lawmakers, senior aides to discuss the need for more resources to address things like how the agency is understaffed. Now, there are some lawmakers here on Capitol Hill who have indicated that it may not necessarily be a funding problem. It may be a competency problem. They're questioning the leadership of the Secret Service. After all, how was some individual allegedly allowed to stay for 12 hours or so in the bushes near a golf course where the Secret Service knew that the former president was going to be playing golf? All of this is unfolding, Blaine, as Congress has to deal with its latest funding conundrum. Remember, the government shuts down in 14 days unless there's a government funding agreement to keep the government open. The expectation is that Congress, the House, the Senate will come together to keep the government open. No one really wants a shutdown this close to an election. This may present an opportunity for the Secret Service to attach some emergency funding to that piece of legislation to increase their staffing. So we'll keep an eye on this all week. Obviously, the Secret Service funding, staffing, it's a big topic after the events in Florida over the weekend.
Yeah, you're right, Joe. And I think one of the big things that a lot of people are thinking this morning, we had the incident over the weekend, the incident in Pennsylvania not too long ago. Is this a lot? How often does something like this happen? I mean, looking back, I barely remember the Reagan assassination attempt back in the early 80s. My parents told me about JFK. It seems like they're few and far between, but probably it happens more than you think.
Right. I mean, if you're under the age of 40, this certainly feels like a lot. But if you're a historian, this has been something that has occurred throughout American history. Blaine, we've had four presidents be killed in office from an assassin's bullet. James Garfield, McKinley, Lincoln, Kennedy. We've had more presidents be shot. We've had Reagan be shot. Former President Trump was shot. Teddy Roosevelt was shot. FDR was fired upon, was not injured, but fired upon in a convertible when he was elected in the 30s. Violence has engulfed the American presidency really since the beginning of this country. And we didn't even mention presidential candidates over the years that have been shot, like Robert F. Kennedy in the 1960s. So unfortunately, violence, gunfire has been commonplace in our institution, and that is why the role of the Secret Service is so important in our country.
Joe St. George with some great analysis for us this morning, and a reminder that I am well beyond the age of 40. Joe, as always, thank you so much.